Foodus Annus.
It's Dominic. I use they them pronouns. Today we're going to be making the Memento Mori cake. I was filming in a loud environment, so you'll be getting a voiceover. Spread a little bit of frosting onto your first layer of devil's food cake from the Annus cake, and slice the angel food cake in about half, so that then you can lay them on top. Cut a hole into the second layer of Annus cake to match flush with the Unus cake, and then slice off the sides to make it straight. If it's not straight, you'll have a lumpy cake that goes in and out, and your fondant will be at different layers, and it won't be as pretty as it can be. If you have any holes in your cake, just fill that up with a little bit of frosting in your crumb coat, or if it's a big hole, use your frosting as glue to add a little bit more of your cake into it. Put the last layer of angel food cake on top, and grab your fondant. Use your pastry mat to create a little layer so that your fondant won't stick to your table. But if you don't have that, some cornstarch or icing sugar will work. You're going to be needing black fondant and white fondant. You can dye it yourself if you have black food dye. You're going to roll this out to be as thin as you feel comfortable with. You can use the help of a pastry mat or parchment paper or plastic wrap to help to cover up your fondant so that you can roll it up and just store it off to the side. This part kind of skipped a little bit, my camera cut out. You folks know that happens a lot. You can see that I've had it in half with the black fondant on top. I've slowed it down the next part so that you can see what exactly happens when I do that. I take out my white fondant and I wet it a little bit. This will help it stick to the crumb coat. And then I measure it, and since it's in pieces, since I'm dividing this cake half and half down the middle, I need to cut my fondant in two. Gently push it down into the center of the angel food cake so that it doesn't tear when you smash it in there. Slice off whatever edges go on top of the black side so that it remains half and half, and carefully smooth it out. You can use a knife to cut off any overhang. You want this to be as smooth as possible with no abrasions. I messed up a little bit, so you can see that I have extra layers that I put on top to smooth out any holes that I have. Roll out your extra fondant to make lines, and then slice those and attach them alternating colors, or you can do this one at a time. I've done mine in pairs. This is going to go into the center of the cake so that it's completely covered. You're going to make it stripy, kind of like a spiral. I could only get mine up and down because this is my first time working with fondant alone. And then if you can get it at an angle to make a spiral, that'll be perfect. Then you can take whatever leftover fondant you have, roll those out into more snakes, and then attach them together and roll them out using your pastry mat again to make a little spiral. I think I'm done with the audio now. See you later. Okay, so what I did was I made a little spiral. We're just going to water this up a little bit so that it will stick. The sugar will act as a glue. We're going to just drop it in there. There we go. Make sure it's in, make sure it's in the right orientation. So there you have that. And then I had some leftover fondant, so I just marbled that, and I'm going to stick them, just, drop them around the outside for decoration. You have the Unus half and the Annus half. Then you have the stripes going down the center into a spiral. And then once you cut it open, you'll have angel food cake, devil's food cake, angel food cake, devil's food cake. It's going to be beautiful. It's really tall as well. What do you say we cut it open and try a slice? Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. I missed a little bit on the inside. Look at that. You can see the layers to it. There's the white, dark, white, dark. And then if you want to look over at the slice of it, are you okay? Do you need CPR? I don't think that helped. So that is it for the Memento Mori cake. I hope that you enjoyed. This one will be a lot faster because I didn't do as much talking. The explanations for everything else are in the other videos, in the Annus video and the Unus video. This is a mix of them both, and it is one of the most beautiful cakes that I have ever made in my life. Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, please do. If you don't, then what are you doing with your life? Bye!